Hi there. My name is Brandt Botes, and me and my wife Kath, we are part of the Jung Platform team. We're the brand custodians for Jung, and what that means is that we've been trying to give form to the vision of the Jung Platform through the new brand identity that consists of the logo, the typography, the color palette, and also some of the visuals we've been using and curating for the website specifically to represent the products of the Jung Platform vision. We will continue to work with the Jung platform in that capacity. And today I have the pleasure of taking you through our process and giving you a glimpse of the behind the scenes of how we've arrived at this final logo identity. Um, so interestingly enough, we obviously developed quite a few concepts, but the new and the old logo are based on a dream that Michiel had. And it was very important for us to stay true to this dream. And I'm going to tell you another man's dream and my take on that. But the dream that Michiel had led him to finding the first Jung platform, or not the Jung platform, apologies, the Jung Society of Utah, and then subsequently the Jung platform as we know it today. So in a short summary, Michiel in his dream floats above the lake, above Lake Zurich, where Jung resided, and he sees Jung working on a concrete platform that is attached to Jung's yard, but is built out into the water, onto the lake itself. And he then sees Jung creating different sections of the platform while sitting in an armchair reading a book. In the following moment, the platform disappears, and a voice says to Michiel, the voice behind Michiel says to him, now you have to create this vision identical to how it was. You have to draw it identical to how it was. So Michiel takes this dream as a suggestion to build a platform to Jungian and post-Jungian psychology. So what follows here, what follows out of that is that the Jung platform wants to offer three things specifically. Now, let me read you what those three things are. Number one is multiple depth psychology and spiritual perspectives. Jungian perspectives, yet just like Jung was interested in all kinds of depth traditions around the world, the Jung platforms wants to stay loyal to that vision and offer multiple depth traditions that can help you live a more rich and fulfilling life. Number two is practical, like a concrete platform, rooted in this reality. Therefore, the Jung platform will offer perspectives and tools to make those perspectives practical. And thirdly, to facilitate connections with speakers and other individuals by creating temporary platforms. So I would love to show you next what the new brand identity, the logo mark, the colors, and even the typography, how it's come to life to reflect all of this. I'm going to share you my screen with you next, and you'll be able to see what I am going to show you. So here we are with the old Jung platform logo on the left-hand side, and this deck really shows you the journey that we went on with Michiel and the team, and it was a really fun process for us, and it's one that was really immersive. There were obviously, as we mentioned, there was a couple of other ideas along the way. This one felt really true to the story and to Michiel's dream. It just had a natural way of resonating with the concept. The old Jung logo had the grid of, a grid over the map of the world laid over it. But for all intents and purposes, it was a platform. It was interesting that there was a slight hint of perspective on the previous logo, which we obviously interpreted as a multidimensional interpretation of the platform itself. So by its very nature, platform is a square. It extends in Michiel's dream into the water, and we like that idea and building on top of that. So for us, what Jung platforms offer, is obviously multiple perspectives, and we wanted to visualize that. And so we've thought about this in quite a conceptual way. How could we bring something different to Michiel's dream, and in terms of the way we can visualize the icon for Jung platform. In its very, very simplest form, we took the J and the P from Jung platform, plus the idea of a square for us in its most basic form, a platform. And we constructed a multi-dimensional word mark and a monogram. Obviously, here you can see the first part of it is the J, and it is multi-dimensional. It has also quite a unique perspective, which we really enjoyed. The idea that it was quite an impossible object to a certain extent was really welcoming, and the idea that anything is really possible within the Jung platform. The P is formed by attaching to the J itself, and there's a beautiful unison between these elements that create an abstract multidimensional take on the platform itself. We also like the idea that it wasn't just linear like in the previous slide. There was a top to bottom kind of idea of how the platform can expand itself. But we like the idea of being multidimensional and working from all angles. So the way we brought that to life was also with color. So here you can see a little bit more of that perspective coming to life. On the left-hand side, we've got a wireframe. In the middle, we started playing with opacity and different depth. And then on the right-hand side, we've got a full color logo. Now we're going to tell you in a couple of slides just what those four colors really mean. They split out the offerings of the Jung platform, but it was important for us to choose colors that were warm and inviting. They were rich. They weren't too off the charts crazy. They weren't too much of an acid trip, and they weren't too conservative. But there's a richness and a warmness to them that is quite welcoming. We also took the opportunity to not only use color as a navigational tool, but also to, obviously, in this specific instance, split out the J from the P a little bit more clearly. So we actually use color itself to create a bit of depth and perspective by using a light and a dark version of these warm and cool colors. So as mentioned before, the four sectors that we wanted to actually color code on the website is obviously healing, soulful living, Jungian, and dreams. So the icon itself isn't only a word mark, but it also is representative of the offerings of the Jung platform, which is, obviously once you navigate the website, you will see how those colors really come to life in helping the viewer navigate through the website from a content point of view. Typography is really important for us. We always consider what the typeface for the brand should be. We didn't want to be too formal by using just uppercase, or too friendly by using just lowercase, which lowercase seems to be quite a trend when it comes to digital brands. But we wanted to make the brand friendly and approachable, and we chose sentence case for that. There's a certain kind of formal nature to it, but it's at the same time an equal measures and approachability, which is really important when you look at typography. We went through multiple iterations. The one on the top left-hand side, which is obviously underlined, is the typeface we ultimately went with. And what really struck us about that typeface was that it had quite a lot of interesting quirks. Like there's an interrelationship between the U and the N, which we really enjoyed. There's a beautiful ligature between the T and the F. And obviously we wrote Jung platform as one word, differentiating between the two parts of that word with bold and regular. And then obviously we've positioned the icon on the right-hand side of the word. So you read the word Jung platform and then you see the initial on the right-hand side. And when it came to the positioning of the payoff line or the positioning line for Jung platform, it sits beautifully underneath the logo, and it docks in a beautiful way to weight down the icon on the right-hand side. And obviously, psychological and spiritual perspectives is then again reiterated through the four different panes or panels on the right-hand side that make up the icon for Jung platform. And then obviously, as I mentioned before, we use the color itself to navigate through the website. Here's just a glimpse in terms of how we do that. We've chosen over and above the primary colors that is attached to the icon itself and to the logo itself. We've selected two colors in a gradient to represent each of the different sections. Jungian is a blue to purple gradient. Dreams is a light green to the light turquoise gradient. Healing and soulful living are the warmer colors in this palette. So it goes from a burnt orange into a bright yellow, and then soulful living, a rich, warm red with a lot of vibrancy to it. And that's basically gives you a little bit of a showcase of the identity and how we have arrived at this final icon. We are very proud of staying true to Michiel's dream and bringing the brand to life and giving it a new lease on life in an exciting way. And we're very excited to take the website forward. So that gives us a great overview of how we've arrived at the final logo and the journey that we went on with Michiel and his team. And we're very proud to have added, in a similar way to how Michiel's dream almost instructed him to add to Jung's body of work. We've added to Michiel's dream by interpreting the Jung Platform logo in a way that expands on his previous iteration of the logo. We are very proud to be part of the team, and we will continue to make the journey on the website and the visual experience of the website a pleasant one, and drive through the vision of Jung Platform with design. Thank you very much.